Hi, boys and girls. Well, now we are starting our unit on transportation. We learned about how a force is a push or a pull, and now we're going to apply those forces to help things get around. Like, for example, when you push on the accelerator, the car goes. When you push on the brake, you produce friction so the car stops. All kinds of forces are involved with transportation. And transportation is a fancy word for how people get around. So we're going to take a look at some different ways that people get around from here to there and everywhere. And the book Transportation is written by Gail Gibbons and illustrated by Gail Gibbons. I think she did a great job. All right. All green right here. Title page, transportation. And we have many different kinds of transportation here. I can see a train and a van and a compact car. I can see a motorcycle and I can see a boat or a ferry boat, and I can see a jet plane and a bus. Lots of different ways. Transportation is what people use to get around. They choose what works best to get them from place to place. Cars and other vehicles. So vehicles generally applies to ways that we travel on land. So we have a scooter, automobile, two-door pickup, minivan, compact car, station wagon, shuttle bus, city transit bus. Drivers and passengers travel on, what are these things called? You're right, roads and highways. So when you have a lot of lanes of traffic, we will call that a highway. Trains. People ride in trains that move along tracks. Some people fly through the sky in airplanes. And this one says aircraft. So we got aircraft, compound word. Boats. Small power boat, motorboat. We have very large boats are called ships, and this one here is a cruise ship. People use boats to move across the water. Some people travel short distance, while others go to far away places. They might go to visit family or friends. Some people shop nearby. Some people use transportation to get to work. And some people just use transportation to have fun. To sail across the bay. Maybe go fishing. Catch some dinner. Bring it back to the house. Cars and other vehicles. There are many different sizes and shapes of cars and other vehicles that travel on roadways. There are many ways for people to get around. Take a look at all those different kinds of cars and wheeled vehicles. Many people depend on public transportation. And that means a lot of people get on the same vehicle. Like, for example, a bus, lots of people get on it. We call that public transportation. Your own private car is probably just for you or your family, but public means everybody can use it. Every day, many people travel to and from the same places, such as work or school. They are called commuters. So a bunch of people that go to the same place on transportation, they're commuters. Other people want to travel in comfort. Some ride in luxury vehicles, like a stretch limousine. Some people own vehicles that have all the comforts of home, like your RV trailers. There's definitely recreational vehicles, camper, a trailer, and then recreational vehicle, RV. So those people are going camping. Trains. Most trains run on two parallel rails called railroad tracks. Passengers use schedules called timetables so they can decide which train they're going to take. Some people ride subway trains through underground tunnels. Some ride in elevated trains, and others travel on street level. So trains can go under the ground, and that's when it's a subway, or it may be an elevated train, which is like your monorail. If you've ever been to Disneyland or Disney World, they have a monorail. If you go up to DC, they have a subway system. Many passenger trains travel to faraway towns and cities. Sometimes they have sleeping cabins and dining cars. High-speed trains move extremely fast. Passengers arrive at their destinations very quickly. So you can actually sleep on a train in a sleeping car. Ride in comfort, have a dining car so you can go and have a meal if your train's going to take a long time to get from one place to another. Aircraft. In the sky, there are small and large aircraft. Helicopters and many planes have engines that turn propeller blades to make them fly. There are large propeller planes that carry many passengers. Jet planes come in many sizes and have powerful jet engines. Some jet planes are huge. They can fly many passengers to faraway places. When I fly home to New Zealand, I fly on a really big plane, and it takes 13 and a half hours to fly there from Los Angeles. So most of the time, we get a breakfast and a dinner and even a lunch on the plane, or a little snack. And the seats recline so that we can be more comfortable when we're sleeping. Boats. Boats come in all sizes and are powered in many different ways. Some are work boats. Some are pleasure boats. So a work boat is going to have a job or have people on it that have a job, like people who will be fishing to bring fish to the fish market. Pleasure means that you're just having fun with your boat. Some larger boats carry lots of passengers. Cruise ships carry many passengers on trips to see many different sights. I haven't been on a cruise ship. Been on a big ferry boat, but not on a cruise ship. Transportation in space. We know about that. We've done space. Astronauts, scientists, and other trained people from all over the world travel to the International Space Station. They study space travel and do scientific experiments. In the future, people may travel in many new ways. That would be kind of cool if we could just hop on a little rocket ship to take us up into outer space. There are many ways for people to get around. People are always on the go. There is transportation everywhere. A lot of different forms of transportation going on there. And then some important signs and signals and navigational aids to help you keep control of your vehicle so that many vehicles can share the same space. All right, friends. So now you know we've started our transportation unit and that there are many different ways of how people get around. Well, Scroll on down and find out what you're going to do with transportation.